Woo! We are here! GovCast New Year! Welcome, everybody! We got the flippity fish coming through your screen! Woo! Hey, everybody. We had no intro music. Our DJ, Jack Siney, he is out today. He's getting a little work done at the dentist tray. Is that where he's at?
Wisdom teeth out.
Yes, that's it. Wisdom teeth. That's a painful experience. Anybody that's had that done, I'm sure you can relate. So, Jack, we hope you're okay, and you'll get through it. Normally, just the first 2 days are the roughest. But yeah, appreciate everybody tuning in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember when I got it done, I got the 3 done, and everyone said it was the worst thing. And luckily, it wasn't horrible, but I feel like the older you get, the worse it probably is. Sorry, Jack.
Yes, totally true. That's what I think his dentist said. It's 10 times more painful the older you get. But anybody that was watching earlier, you saw the flippity fish. Everybody knows Mia the cat. She's downstairs right now, but this was her present for the holidays. So if you've seen this on an infomercial, cats do love it. Kind of show you right now. We'll get back to government business real soon and some sales stuff, but have to show you this kid.
Surgery.
What's that? Yeah,
so the surgery.
There's like a battery pack in here that you have to charge, and you put catnip in it inside as well. And then you can turn it on, and then when the cat has a motion sensor, smart technology, when it comes up and hits it, then it starts doing the flip, and then it'll stay still. Then they back off, and then they re-engage, and it starts going again. So cool gift of the holidays here. Anybody that has a pet home, a cat specifically, definitely recommend it. It lives up to the hype.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Yes, my endorsement. What you get anything good for the holidays, Trey?
I got a couple things. I got a lot of clothes. I feel like the older I get, you get clothes, like you get rocks, like right, stuff that everybody literally gets. But for those of you who have watched Queen's Gambit, I also got a chess set. See? I didn't know how to play. I'm slowly learning. I lose every time, but I'm learning.
It looks like a nice chess set, like high-end, like crystal. Like what? Where do those make? Hold up a piece. What is that made out of?
It's from Amazon.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool. It's fun. It's definitely challenging, but it's been fun to play over break.
That's cool. Yeah, I think chess is one thing that I've tried, and when they say you're playing checkers while they're playing chess, I'm a checkers guy.
Checkers.
I can do that pretty well, but yeah, chess I never got into. Yeah, appreciate everybody tuning in. Hopefully you had a great new year, and we're excited for today. We're kicking off a lot of things. So first off, we want to get back to the basics, right? This is the GovCast, so we want to talk about government sales and really how to help start your year. You're trying to figure out, what do I do? How do I position myself? Maybe you've been thinking about selling to the government but haven't started yet, or maybe you started and you want to grow. So we just want to kind of dive into some tips. Andrea, if you want to kick it off with a few, things that people can just do now to get their year going.
For sure. Yeah, I think especially when you're starting out selling to the government, or even if you have for a little bit, just a couple little things, you want to try to start local, right? So everybody loves to work with somebody who they know and trust. And so I think being somewhere close in proximity, maybe starting with, if you're starting out, instead of calling on the Army or the Navy and saying, hey, here's nice to meet you, but maybe calling on like your local city, your local county, starting there. It's just a lot easier to get your foot in the door because since you're closer, they're more likely to trust you. You probably have a little bit better customer service, might be able to be there on site. So I would start with that for sure.
Yeah, and that's a big thing we teach in GovSALES University as well, because everybody wants to swing for the fences and win the multi-million-dollar federal deal. But the one thing I will tell people that are getting into that business, because they get all their certifications, is they do look for past performance. It's like one of the qualifications before you are considered for that work. So how do you get your past performance? You start at the local level, just like Dre said, start in your own backyard. Call your local cities, counties. It's that relationship that you'll build, and that's what's going to snowball, because once you've proven your product is great or your service is great, then they're going to tell the other agencies, and we really go into that with our flagship formula. So if you started government sales at the end of last year, following us, and you're new into this year, now it's time to grow your account. So if you got that first win under your belt, use that case study, have that agency, put something together. If you can get it published in a local newspaper, even better, how you help them. but then use that piece to share with the other agencies. Just throw like a dart on the map, right? And wherever that dart lands in your backyard, just kind of draw like a little circle around it, like you're doing a crime scene investigation. And like that's going to be your list that you're going to start working on to start this year. And just pick those 50 agencies in that circle and just keep branching out from that deal that you won. And that's going to have the snowball effect. It's like, oh, if you're wherever, I'm in, Boca Raton, oh, Boynton Beach used you. I know them. They're, 10 miles away. And the conversation is just so much better. And you're going to have a lot more success. Definitely another tip to help you out with the new year here.
For sure. And then I just have really one more on my end, right? So sometimes I talk to companies who say, we don't really work on government because we don't have the people, right? Our sales reps are focused on other industries, this and that. So I would say it's a myth that you need a whole department or like a whole sales team to go after the government. But you definitely do want one or two people that are going to make that their focus. Sales is sales, right? If you've got reps who sell to different industries, they'll learn it. But it's definitely, I would say, an art, and there's different skill sets that they'll want to learn. So I'd say invest in a tool for having at least a couple of folks that'll go after that market.
Did you say a tool? Is there a tool out there you would recommend, Andrea?
There's many, but I'm biased.
Yeah, well, I'd love to see a tool. So I don't know if you have time to share your screen, but I'd love to do for our audience today, just kind of a mock exercise. If you're a company thinking about selling to the government, how the tool GovSpend, which is one of our flagship products, can help you out with just making that prospecting a lot easier for you. Identify who's buying what you sell, and how much they pay, and we'll just go through a role play if you're down for that, Dre.
Let's do it.
All right.
So let me get my screen up here. So for those of you who have never seen GovSpend before, I want to just give a little bit of background, right? And we'll keep this short. If anybody has questions or if there's something you want to see, just post it in the chat. But so what GovSpend does, and really what makes it so unique, is that we track historical data for all levels of government. So if you're looking to work with a city, a county, school, university, really any agency that uses public dollars will be in our system where we track all of their historical purchase orders. So you have the ability, if you're a company who sells iPads, widgets, even construction, you can go in and type this keyword in of anything you sell, and then it'll show you what agencies buy from any of these vendors. You can see exactly how much they're spending. And then we also give you the contacts tied to these agencies. That way it saves a lot of time in trying to identify these decision makers. We have it all laid out for you.
Wait, you're telling me you give me the contacts?
We do. Yep, and their phone number and email.
That's great. I see the GovCast team already changed my title down there from the Dean to CEO of SETI water bottle. So yes, we have.
Fancy.
They're like knockoff Yetis. They're really good, double insulated, keeps your drink cold or warm, whatever you prefer.
All right.
So I am a CEO of a SETI. So I sell water bottles. I sell 22-ounce water bottles, 40-ounce water bottles. You name it, I'm a water bottle king, and they're same quality as Yeti. So who should I be prospecting? Help me out, Dre. How can you help me?
Well, we can do a couple things. So if we literally wanted to see Yeti, we can start with the direct competitor. So if we type in, hey, show me everybody who buys Yeti. We can also type in, we'll do bottled water.
Wait, how much is Yeti? Does that say $8.3 million?
$8.3 million.
Whoa.
Maybe actually, let's do this. Let's start with and again, bottled water will pull up a ton. So if we just start with Yeti.
Yep.
What this would then show you, there's 10,000 orders that the government has made for anything related to Yetis. So if you're new, if you're starting out, right, remember you want to start close in proximity. You want to start with your state and local agencies as opposed to federal. They might be a little tougher to work with.
Yeah, well, I was going to say our company SETI is actually down here in Florida. So is there agencies, in the South Florida area near Fort Lauderdale I could go to?
Let's see. So if we went on this list, an agency state, we said, hey, show me everybody within the state and local space in Florida who's buying Yeti. This is now going to show me every single order, right?
Can you zoom in a little bit? It's a little hard for me to see the what they're buying there.
We got to get you some glasses.
There you go. Thank you.
You're welcome. So here, this Yeti, 30-ounce Yeti Rambler. You said 22-ounce, right? But this is similar to what you guys would do.
Yeah, we carry all the size. So what we did was when Yeti's patent ended, we actually mirrored our water bottles exactly them. So we have all their sizes and all their product line, same quality, and it's just a better price. So we're looking to help save agencies some money here.
Awesome. So when we're looking at these, you would also, if you want to figure out how to market to the agencies, right? Where do I start? You would go over to this list, and this will show you the top buyers for Yeti in Florida.
So are you saying I should be contacting Bay County there?
Well, I would call Bay County, but then I would also call University of Florida. And the reason why is because Bay County has spent $33,000 almost. University of Florida spent 12, but they've issued 61 different orders. So what you would want to do is try to get ahead, try and get in front of the agencies that are spending the most money and buying the most often.
Got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Yeti's selling microphones now too. It's
right.
I gotta open up my product line here.
You do. So you could click on any of these. It's going to show you whenever they're buying. And then if you want to actually see the contacts associated, you go right here to contacts. And now this is showing me all the different agencies' contacts. And the cool thing about it too is somebody in finance or director of business services, maybe they don't buy the Yetis. Maybe it's a teacher, somebody in a different role. Mm-hmm. We can always go through and filter out different titles or roles from the agency. We really want to try to get it as close to the decision maker as possible for you. It saves a lot of time. And then you'd have all their contact info to go after them.
Great. So you said it was the University of South Florida that I should be targeting?
Yeah, let's see. Yep. University of Florida.
University of Florida. Okay. And then how would I go finding contacts for that specific agency?
Yep. So you would right click on them here. And then this will take you to their profile. So you probably don't care when they're buying pizza or software, but we do show you when they buy everything. But if you scroll down, there's 113 contacts for them. So we could go again and start looking by department or by title. But here are going to be the contacts from UF for you.
And yeah, I have a sister that actually has a pizza store too, Mama John's. She's competing with Papa John's. So yeah, maybe we're getting pizza a little bit too. Oh, definitely.
Okay. So pizza.
So let me see here. So this is purchasing officers. So, okay, this is great. And then I just literally call them, or what would my next steps be?
Yeah, so I'll pull up one of the orders. So let's go back to the page. So it's nice because instead of these being quote unquote, right, a cold call where you're just calling in and you really have no idea who to look for or what they're actually buying, if they're even a good fit for you. Yeah. You can click on the order. And so it's going to show you have the PO number. This was for $65. Florida Department of Children and Families. So this would be your prospect. Okay. They brought from Florida Awards and Trophy. And here it says they bought a 30-ounce Yeti Rambler, 30 years of service, Yay Sky. And it was $65. So how I would approach it, I would probably call this agency and say, hey, because I saw a couple different orders. You know, I saw that you have been buying a couple of these 30-ounce Ramblers, Yeti Ramblers, you know, for when your people are hitting 30 years, XYZ, you know, here's who we are. I don't know if you've heard of us. We're actually down the street. Maybe we have a little bit of a better price, but consider us next time you're buying. That's
great advice. Yeah, that's actually opens up some ideas in my own head, because if they're giving it away as gifts for employees, maybe I should also partner with some of these engraving award shops down here.
You could.
And then, you know, have supply them with my water bottles and then have the agencies buy. So I'm seeing where it could help. Is there anything else GovSpend can do to help my water bottle business grow?
Well, yeah. So I was going to say, if you're wanting to find intel as to who should you proactively market to, you want to see who's been buying. But there's also going to be times when agencies are going out for bid where they have a high volume, high dollar amount. And so what we would do is go to bids and RFPs. And we can type in any keyword. So if on the pizza side, if we want to see everything for pizza, I want to help your sister too, you know.
Mama John's, it's taken off.
So we can do pizza. So a couple people are looking for pizza. Illinois State University has one in February. But let's look at bottled water so that you can see how this would help you.
Okay.
Bottled water bottle. And I'm going to hide this just to make it a little bigger. So some of these might be services, so we can get rid of them. But for you now, when you're looking at the bids, even if you can't respond to some of them because they are services, or I don't know if you guys sell in the Ukraine by chance, but now you know that this is something that they are buying infrequently. So you can either respond to them or really just use some of these agencies and contact them directly, try to get in with them.
Yeah, that one right there for the thermos water bottle, 22 ounce. That looks like a good one.
It looks like they're looking for 300. Let's see.
All right. 300? This would be great. Yeah. So what do I do once I get here?
All right. So let's scroll down. So this one is due January 7th today? This one is due tomorrow. So you've got to work on this quick.
I got it.
So when you click into it, we'll see exactly what they're looking for. They want 300 total, 22 ounce. That's exactly what you sell.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll have a document here for you. They want clear with black lids. You got those?
Yep, definitely. That's part of our lineup.
Are they safe in the dishwasher?
Yes, BPA free. We meet those requirements.
Okay. Do you have 300 of them ready for tomorrow?
I have thousands. I'm ready to go.
All right. So you can go through here. It's going to show you exactly what it is that they're looking for. And so from here, sometimes they have you respond through to them directly, right? They might just say, hey, go on our website. Sometimes they're old school and they say, hey, mail it in. But it'll always have all of the documents for you here where it'll show you exactly how they want you to respond. And then that's literally it. It's really simple.
Yeah, this is my first time doing a bid. So I just want to make sure that I understand. So I go through, I have what they need. I have the clear water bottles, 22 ounce. Mm-hmm. Does it say like where it needs to be shipped to at all?
I don't know. Let's see. We're lucky though. This bid is only 4 pages. Some of them are like 90, depending on what they need.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I could ship them on a pallet or however they want. I just need to know where it needs to go.
It's going to Guam.
To Guam. Okay. I got to get my international connections, but I'm going Guam, baby.
Jennifer is who you'll be calling.
Great. And I'm just trying to figure out what price, because I get a really good deal on these water bottles.
Okay.
So I know before you were showing me like the purchase orders. Is there any way to know, like, I guess, what these agencies were paying in the past for the 22 ounces?
Yeah. So what we would do is we would go back. Here's our toolbar. Let's go to spending.
Okay.
So I'm going to reset this. We don't necessarily care if it's Yeti anymore. We just want a 22 ounce.
Yeah, trying to figure out what people are charging in the market, because I want to make some money off this deal, but I also want to win it. So I'm just trying to figure out, how to position myself.
Do it. So when they're specifically buying a 22 ounce water bottle, here's going to show me, and granted, some are going to be a little different than others, but here's where you're going to see the descriptions, your quantities. So here, in terms of unit price, these are the amounts. This is how much all these agencies are spending.
Wow. Okay. Those are really competitive rates. So they're the aluminum sports water bottles, quantity 500, $1.97 a piece is what they charged.
Yep. $1.97. Here they're spending a little bit more. Springfield.
Okay.
30 cents. So probably also going to depending on the engraving and all that. So I think what you said before, you should partner with an engraving company. That way you can sell it as a package deal.
Oh, I see right there, University of South Florida. So they spent $269.
Yep.
But the Granite School District in Utah spent $1.97.
Mm-hmm.
I want to sell to the University of South Florida because I can make some money there. I'll come in at $2.50.
Yeah, that's how people will use it. Honestly, I mean, whether you're selling pizza or software, it really doesn't matter. The government buys anything and everything. So when you're coming in here, you get an idea of competitive pricing. You know how to stack rank against some of these companies, right? And one thing though is price. Agencies are going to want to buy on a good price, but more than that, it's the value. So I think that goes kind of what we were saying at the beginning in terms of just getting started, trying to, whether your value proposition is your customer service, you're closer in proximity, you can get there quicker, you can save them money and shipping costs. So you have to figure out what your value proposition is per agency who you're contacting, but it's nice because now there's no more guesswork. You have all the pricing, all the contacts right in here.
Got it. I'm sold. Is there anything else this thing does? Is there any way to you show me who's buying what I sell, how much they're paying for it, open opportunities? What else is there, Dre?
Well, the last thing we could look at, so it's called Gov Quote. So it's our sister company. And instead of looking at when there's an RFP, agencies also have the option to buy just by putting out an RFQ, which is a request for quote.
I've heard of those. Yeah, they're actually like deals you can win in days, like weeks.
Hours, literally hours.
Hours? Okay.
It's crazy. So let me go ahead and make this bigger for you. So this is showing me all open requests, and some, like you said, some of them are awarded in days, but some of them are awarded, I'll look in the morning and then I check it in the evening and they're gone. So they're really, really quick. And so what's nice about these is there's not as much competition. Sometimes they max it here at 10 people can respond, or here 5. It just depends on the opportunity, but it's a lot easier of a way to win business because you don't have to go through that entire bid and RFP process.
Got it.
This one with California State University, they're looking for these VHX 7000 digital microscopes, a little bit different than water bottles, but if anybody sells microscopes. So then you come in here, and here it'll show you any kind of documents, but it's cool. It'll show you when people start to respond. You can respond to the agency directly, kind of chat if you have any questions. And again, these are being awarded super, super quick.
Well, I'm sold. How do I get started? This is great. This is exactly what I need to start off 2021.
I'll send you the contract.
Is that it?
That's it.
And then how do I get access? Is it a program I have to download from the internet, or how do I get into what you were just showing me?
Well, do you have Facebook or LinkedIn?
Yeah, I have both of them.
All right. So it's literally the same. So
Okay.
you take the website, you go in with your email and password, and then voila, you can search through everything. So if you want to use it for the water bottle side, you want to help your sister with some pizza sales, you can search for anything and everything.
Send me the contract. You got a new customer.
Yay.
No, I appreciate that. And everyone just watching the role play. I know we're being a little bit silly here, but it's really to understand, how GovSpank can help. We have all this information, and if you're doing it the hard way, if you want to keep doing what you're doing, God bless you. It's a lot easier when you have this information because, one, you know where to focus your time and energy. You have the list of all the agencies that buy what you sell. 2, you know what prices they're charging. So if you do have to respond to a bid or RFP, you do have a little bit of an understanding of what the market is instead of you just guessing and, like I said, just throwing spaghetti against the wall, seeing what sticks. Because the worst thing to do for anybody is take the time to fill out that paperwork, and then it comes out last part, the price, and that's what you lose on. So Dre made a great point, talking about value there. And if you can say, hey, I charge a little bit more, but I'm also local. And if you need a water bottle replaced, if you lose your cap or anything like that, we can come there and replace it same day. That gives them peace of mind as well. So don't focus too much on price, but try to incorporate value if you are going to charge a little bit. But it's always good to know what the market's charging, so you can figure out how to put yourself and not leave money on the table too. Because if you charge X amount and you go in dirt cheap, making a low profit, then your company's going to be out of business. And our whole job is to help you sell more, stay in business throughout 2021, and really help you out selling to the government here.
2021, it sounds weird.
2021, yes.
I started thinking about it because it might sound very silly, right? But with everything being so automated and you don't write anything hardly, right? You're not really writing too many letters or writing a date out. It's all in your email. Very rarely are you going to write 2021. So I would imagine I'm probably going to forget that it's 2021 and not 2020 100 times.
Well, we have computer programs now that automatically populate the date that you don't even have to know what it is.
Yeah.
But there was a question that popped up. It looked like it was from Antal. Isn't this public information? Can I find out what the agencies are purchasing? Like, what's that?
No. So the only thing that's literally public, right, is going to be when a bid or an RFP comes out there, because there's a certain threshold that agencies, where if they're buying something over that dollar amount, they have to put it out for competitive bid. There's a bunch of reasons behind it, but then everybody finds out about it. But the information that is not public, that we have to go out there and actually aggregate and request, would be the historical data and the purchase orders, where we started by typing in the Yetis and the water bottles. And so that's the piece that's super, super unique. And the purchase order data that's not public is not just showing you what went out for bid. It's also going to show you the other 80%. So if an agency went on Amazon and swiped their credit card, if they used discretionary spend, maybe piggybacked off another deal, there's 10 ways that agencies buy. And we track all that spending as well. And it's not public. It's not just readily available on some website, unless you have GovSpend.
So GovSpend's the only source to get that information, is what you're saying?
We are, yes.
All right, cool. Well, I'll take off my CEO of SETI water bottles now and get back into Stephen, Bryan, the Dean, because we do have some other exciting things coming up the Pipeworks for 2021. And I'd like to kick that off with the GovSALES Hall of Fame. So people are trying to figure out, what is the GovSALES Hall of Fame? So This is a way to nominate your peers and recognize all the hard work that they have been doing to be successful in government sales. So if you go to GovSalesHallOfFame.com, as you can see down at the bottom, it's scrolling across, you will be able to nominate your coworkers, colleagues, or maybe just friends of yours that you met throughout life or LinkedIn community to actually give them the recognition that they deserve. We know like sales is tough in general, right? If everybody's in sales, you know it. You know, we got through 2020, but 2021 is going to be this like new year, and we want to show gratitude. And one of those ways to show gratitude is by award ceremony. So we are going to get trophies made, and this is going to be a huge, like worldwide. Like we're having thousands of requests already coming in from even people outside the United States, but also in the US as well. So if you know someone that is focused on selling to the public sector, even if you're out of this country, you can respond and nominate that person. And we're going to review all of them and just, figure out who's the one. We got a big panel of people that have been in this industry for 30 years, and they're going to review on the 3 categories that you'll see on our website and pick the best one. So super stoked about that. And, get your nominations in by just going to that website, GovSalesHallOfFame.com, and nominate. You can nominate yourself if you think you are the best, the bomb, the bomb diggity, or you can actually go out there and, do some gratitude. And those people that have helped you along the way, just say, hey, look, this is someone that deserves credit, and put them in our roster. And it's going to be picked on March 31st. So you do have plenty of time, but, we have thousands to go through. So, just get them in when you can, and we'll consider them for the awards. So
for everybody watching, do we just have to post it or put our nominee in by the 31st? Like literally the day before, or when's the deadline? Is there one?
Well, that's what I always say. So with all the reviews that we're getting, get them in early if you want to be considered, because at that cutoff, I don't know how much longer we could keep reviewing it. So that is going to be the deadline for submissions. But get them in sooner, because we want to take the time to have our panel review all of those responses and make sure that we give them the time and justice to figure out who's the best per each category.
Perfect.
Yep. So get your nominations now. Again, GovSales Hall of Fame. And guess what else we're doing this month, Trey? Webinar!
Jack would be dying laughing at that. He can't control himself.
But yeah, the webinar, if you tuned in last December, was it December 16th? It was right before the holidays.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. Everybody was having a good old time. We had DJ Dre there.
But think Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. That only puts you in a great mood.
Everybody loved it. The feedback was phenomenal. So thank you for everyone that showed up. I think we had like over 300 people that attended. And Jack went through the 12 steps instead of like the 12 days of Christmas, the 12 steps to start your government sale. So moving forward for this year, we've already laid the groundwork. So we're going to dive into each of those chapters. So if the GovCast team could post up the graphic there, we're going to be doing building a brand. So when you're starting the year, it's about how you position your company. So we're going to give you 70 marketing tips to increase your government sales. So it's how do you position your brand, your company, just to increase your awareness, because the hardest thing is getting agencies to know about you. And Steve here at SETI Water Bottles, not many people know about me. So I have to get the word out there. So I'm going to be at Building a Brand webinar, but it's going to be on January 20th. So it's going to be in our Wednesday time slot, the same time that we do these GovCasts at 12 noon. So if you want to learn how to build your brand, get in front of these government agencies and be recognized so they know who the heck you are and they could buy, because that's the first step to everything, right, Dre? It's like, okay, great, you sell something, but how do you get people to know about you?
Well, I mean, with the name SETI Water Bottles, it's going to be easy, but
I think it'll be a lot of confusion. People are like, oh, I'm buying Yetis, and then they'll come there with SETI and be like, what are these things? But I'm trusting you, you're going to love SETIs. But yeah, just go to GovSalesUniversity.com. You can see the URL there. Click on webinar, register through Zoom, and we'll be there to teach you all the little tips and tricks to build your brand and increase your awareness and exposure to these government agencies.
Yay, I'll be there. That'll be my last day working for a couple of days. I have my sister's wedding that weekend.
Oh, really? Where's it going to be at?
Orlando.
Orlando? Okay, so you're not traveling. You'll be in Florida still.
Yeah. Just 3 hours. So we leave
cool. So any other things you want to add, Dre? Any last comments?
No, I think it was good. I think, we were kind of being silly, right, with the demo, going through the system. But if anybody hasn't seen it or has any questions, just let us know after. We just typed in water bottles. But if there's something specific you sell that you're interested in, I promise if your question is, does the government buy it? The answer is yes. So just let us know if you have questions. We're happy to walk you through it.
The government buys everything.
Literally.
That's great. Well, hey, appreciate everyone. Want to wish you a happy, healthy, and successful 2021. And thanks so much for tuning in. And looking forward to everybody doing the GovSALES Hall of Fame. We got a lot going on. And join us for the webinar. So take care, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And music fade out.
Up in here.